First question I have for you today, Lincoln, to get your opinion on what's the greatest threat to our religious liberties that we face today.
Well, that's on a par with which country do you like better, Australia or America? There are so many variables. But what I would say, the greatest threat to religious liberty is people not knowing what it is and how important it is. If a population lose sight of the value of it, it will disappear very quickly. Because, put the other way, the greatest protection to religious freedom in the United States may appear to be the Constitution and the documents that surround it and the experience of those framers. But if it's not our experience today, if we don't understand its importance and what it really means, we've lost it. For example,
go ahead.
Separation of church and state is a founding principle. Thomas Jefferson used the term, and he had a lot to do with forming the Constitution, and the First Amendment was more directly from James Madison. But it was Thomas Jefferson that used that term, that this dynamic separation between church and state, or as the First Amendment says, Congress shall make no law establishing religion nor prevent the free exercise. He said that this created a wall of separation between church and state, and that's the safety over the safety net.
Yes, and it's very important because if you don't have religious liberty, you're not going to have the other types of liberty either. I mean, you don't.
I know people come of different political persuasions, but this illustration relates to a Democrat. A few years ago, we had Hillary Clinton speak to our Liberty Dinner that we've been holding in Washington for a dozen years or more. And she got up and she said very correctly that religious liberty is pretty much the litmus test in any country for the state of freedoms generally. If there's not religious liberty, you can guarantee that all civil liberties are a threat, or probably don't even exist in any meaningful way. Mm-hmm. But let's put it in a U.S. context. If you see religious freedom restricted and under some threat, you can be sure that all civil liberties are probably fading.